Good morning on this 27th of April here in the year 2021. My name is Scott Murray. That is David Hamilton. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Good morning, sir.
Well, are you ready to rock and roll again?
Very good. 2 days, 2 more days, sir.
It's been quite successful. It really has.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot of good feedback. People say, "You're involved with that America's Future Series." I said, "I am," and they said that has really been very informative during the course of April. So
Well,
I thought that was great.
that is the feedback's been great, and you've been more than involved. I appreciate your being
No,
on our board of advisors. All
delighted
your
to be
support
here.
for over 10 years.
Delighted to be
Appreciate
here.
being here at Murray Media, at your studios here in downtown Dallas. Appreciate your crew. It's been fantastic, and yeah, we've had, I guess, almost 3,000 people or so participate in the first three events,
Yeah,
and
that's above and beyond. Really,
yeah,
when you told me that that's what we were going to have, I said, okay.
yeah,
I
we'll
thought
see,
maybe
right?
500 or something. So six times that's pretty good stuff. Good
Yeah.
for you.
Well, they're not all here at one time, but they come and go. That's the
Right.
great thing about virtual things, right? You can
It is. It's a whole new world,
come
isn't
in
it?
and out of these things
Yeah.
as you like. So that's great.
Well, let me tell our audience here today what we're doing on this, the 27th of April. This is the America's Future Series Defense Innovation Summit. International thought leaders and innovators from the investment, entrepreneurial, military, Department of Defense, defense industry, and academic communities all across this great land that we all call home, focused on modernizing and better equipping our armed forces, coming together to collaborate and have meaningful discussions to advance innovation and technology for our national security. So that's why we are here today. That's basically what we will be discussing during the course of the day with a number of very intelligent, above and beyond gentlemen and ladies. It's been great. But as for this gentleman to my right, let me tell you a little something about David Hamilton. For those of you that might be first timers, as they say, David is the founder and CEO of the America's Future Series. And for over a decade, that's right, over 10 years now, the America's Future Series has brought some of the most respected national and international leaders together to discuss things that we will discuss today, strategies and policies and shared approaches to improve innovation and collaboration on issues impacting our national security. The America's Future Series was founded as a vision of collaboration and a forum free of partisan politics and rancor. How refreshing that is. Strategic partnerships have been formed, worthy causes have been supported, and critical solutions have certainly been implemented. Truly, the America's Future Series mission is to help America a stronger, more noble, and more generous country. That's what we would all like to become. And really, don't have the hat on, but the invisible hat is off to you. Well done, David.
Thank you, Scott, and thank you to all the volunteers over the years that have made this successful. Thanks to the 30 plus volunteers that we have, most notably, and also my business partner, Michelle Pearson, all the folks that are behind the scenes that bring all these speakers together, 170 plus speakers over 6 days this month.
Pretty good stuff. It really is.
And they're great people. And what I like about them, it's not just what I would call what we might refer to as innovation theater or whatever. These are folks that are in the trenches trying to make a difference, moving the needle, as we say, or breaking the needle off in the backsides of our near peers, is my saying. And they have solutions, and we just need to give them a forum to share those. And that's what this is about. And because of them, it's been successful. Because of them, thousands of people tune in.
Just what you just shared with us all before we move on with our program today. I just wondered, and I don't mean to throw you a curveball, but as you look back, if I had put something like this together over 10 years ago, and then I look back at what I'd done, this is an incredible legacy over a decade now. What is it that you're proudest of when you see all the people that you just mentioned have come even just this month, but during the course of that 10 plus years? Is there one thing or a couple of things that come to mind? This was a good idea. I'm glad I did it. It was the right thing to do.
Yeah, I would say it boils down to probably one thing, which is the why. What is our purpose? And behind that noble purpose, everybody's been a volunteer. It's been a part-time love, if you will, put on 2 or 3 or so what we like to call signature events a year. And we've honored people that matter to us. Maggie Magellas,
right.
A great American, great hero,
sure was.
passed away last year at 103. People like T. Boone, who helped us initially, and Randall Stevenson, all these sort of folks that came together. Ross Perot Sr., who, of course, I was probably his biggest fan, if you will, for what he did for this country and how he supported our military. It's the why. People have come together because they have a noble purpose. They want to help. They want to be part of something bigger than themselves. They ask very little, and I'm very proud. I'm proud of the motivations and the reasons for all of the people who have contributed to this and continue to contribute to it. And I think that's why people continue to flock to it. We're planning on having even bigger and better events, and I'm proud of because of the why we've been able to pivot. We, like so many people, have had to deal with COVID, and in a strange, odd way, actually, going virtual has actually made these things grow bigger and better. And I think it all boils down to the reason, the purpose.
Well, you've pivoted well, as they would say in basketball terms. So congratulations, really.
Well,
An
thank you.
incredible legacy, David. First gentleman that we're going to introduce is Mitch Johnson. I'll go ahead and do that. Mitch is he actually leads the federal services practice for Curtis Process Consulting. He has deep experience in aerospace and defense, and with clients across the Department of Defense in achieving improved operating performance, cost-wise readiness, and warfighter mission success. That's a mouthful, but that's a lot of stuff right there. He's a busy man. He's an accomplished OpEx and continuous improvement leader who recognizes the importance of innovation, science, and certainly technology in advancing U.S. economic prosperity and national security. Mitch, did I get it all right? That's you're a busy man.
Very good, sir. Very good, sir. Thank you for that. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning. We're delighted to have you here.
I'm delighted to be here. Good morning, David. Let me first start things off by giving a quick shout out to my colleagues at Curtis Process Consulting who are joining this morning. It's my privilege, my pleasure to represent the Curtis family. It's volunteering time and support for the America's Future Series. It's just one way that Curtis Process Consulting endeavors to foster community and to advance worthy causes. And I can't think of a more worthy cause than what we have teed up today and tomorrow. This forum we've brought together a very diverse stakeholder group to discuss opportunities of both global and domestic interest, as you were mentioning before, Scott. So I'm thrilled. I think we've got a great show. David, I don't know, we may have outdone ourselves this time. I think folks are going to be really pleased with the lineup.
I appreciate that. I want to say thank you to you for your leadership. You're one of the volunteers who has an affinity for our purpose and has really given a lot because of that and helped organize this. So I really want to thank you for your leadership as being a host and an organizer and a participant. And you're why this works.
Thank you. Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Well, take it away, Mitch.
Well, great. Well, then I guess I have the honor now to get us moving. I'm going to kick off the first segment of our program and ask you, is Secretary Murphy with us? Secretary Murphy.
So let me bring you back. Hi there, Mitch. I think one thing we can do in the short order here before he comes on is to introduce Colonel Milne of the Dixon Center. We always try to highlight a worthy cause, and the Dixon Center is one of our favorites because of our relationship with Colonel David Sutherland, Colonel Duncan Milne, and what they do. They are sort of the leaders in military philanthropy. Love to bring the Colonel on. Hello, sir. How are you today?
Good morning. Can you all hear me okay?
Yes, sir. It's great to have you. And we would love our audience to learn a little bit more about you, the Dixon Center, and that sort of stuff. So if you would, please take it away and share a little bit with us about your center, sir.
I sure will. First, thank you for the invitation to address this great crowd today. And I think, Mitch, we've never met before, but you hit the nail on the head. You got a great day lined up, and this whole series has been great. And I'd like to applaud you, David, and your team there for putting these together and keeping us in this connected world, discussing things that are important and not being afraid to really go out on a limb and bring people together, even though it's in a non-traditional sense. So thank you very much. And at Dixon Center, you talked about a noble purpose earlier, David, and Dixon Center has a noble purpose too. Our noble purpose is that we believe that veterans and those touched by military service can succeed wherever they live in communities across the country. We also believe that every organization and individual can effectively integrate veterans and military families into existing community-based programs. And our mission really is to ensure that both those values are possible in every community across the nation. Dixon Center, we have national reach and focus on local impact. We partner with business, industry, service providers, training institutions, academic institutions, to develop and operate direct service programs for veterans and their families. And our goal really is not to create new programs. Rather, it's really to enable the integration of military and veteran service into existing programs that increase impact locally. And for any service member that's transitioned out of active service back into civilian society, you realize how confusing and utterly challenging it is to sift through the tens of thousands or organizations out there that want to support veterans and military families. So our goal is kind of provide that assistance in an organizational sense. As a center of excellence, which Dixon Center is, we provide and coordinate technical assistance and training, resource sharing, strong leadership to all of our partners across the country who, with our ongoing support, operate direct service programs for those veterans and military families. We work workforce development and career placement, focused on solving the problem of underemployment, not unemployment. Housing solutions. Third one will be wellness research and development, which is a broad encompassing focus area for us. The fourth, expanding funding streams for veteran entrepreneurs, for those veterans that transition out that want to get their own piece of the rock, so to speak. And then lastly, advancing impact via our service networks, and events like these are a big part of that. Dixon Center approach has been breaking down barriers and making connections, and it works. Since 2012, our collaboration capacity building has impacted nearly 2.1 million individuals and organizations. And what I like to say is our real focus is to enable the enablers, and again, increase their impact at the local level. Because one thing we know and we see every day, when you've met a veteran, you've met a veteran. And when you've been to a community, you've been to a community. Every one of them is different based on resources, requirements, and capacity. And those solutions have to be tailored locally to make sure that veterans and their military families can succeed in the communities where they live.
Great, great. Well, thank you, Duncan.
And you can reach us at dixoncenter.org, right over my right shoulder there, just to make sure and plug that. But please do, if you want to contact me, I am DMILNE@dixoncenter.org, or you can just go to our website and connect through that. So we look forward to talking to all of you and looking forward to the next couple of these events of the American Future Series. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Duncan. Appreciate all the work that you do. Thank you for joining us this morning.